Hello, great day everyone. It's Thursday, or Nico, whatever you know me by. Today I just wanted to talk a little bit, answer some questions that I've been getting. A lot of people have been asking me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and answer them for you guys. Well, first of all, how you guys doing today? I know you can't answer me, but that's always important to ask. You can drop in the comments below how you're doing. That's just always the first thing. That's how you want to greet people. So yeah, a couple of questions I've been getting. The first question was, how do I feel, knowing that I'm pregnant, being that this is my first child? I'm scared. I'm not going to lie. It's definitely a journey that I didn't expect to take so soon in my life right now. Being that, financially, I'm just not where I want to be. I'm just going to be completely transparent throughout this whole video. Financially, I'm not where I want to be in life, and I haven't met all of the goals that I want to meet, but I feel like, in a sense, my child is going to make me, because I was extremely stagnant and comfortable, working in the club. I don't know if any of you knew or how many of you knew, but yeah, I used to work in the club. I was dancing. I've been dancing for 6 years, and honestly, I say that I was going to stop, but I can't say that and really feel that in my heart, and admit that to myself. Because, you do get addicted to the money, and you do get addicted to how fast it comes. You get addicted to drinking, smoking, just drugs, really. Like, you get addicted to it. And I couldn't really see my own self drowning until I found out I was pregnant, and I had to stop everything cold turkey. And that then made me uncomfortable, being in there, because I realized, like, damn, I have to take a drink to even want to be here. Like, I have to drink, or I have to smoke, or I have to just be under the influence to want to tolerate this, want to deal with taking my clothes off and making my money that way. I always knew that there's another way for me to go, and live my life, or I have a bigger purpose. I've been told this since I was a child, and I know I do. It's just always hard when you kind of get sucked into the wrong path for a long time. And I'm not saying, dancing is the wrong path, because sometimes it really does help you, but it helps when you get in and get out, and you know what like you save your money. I didn't save my money. I'm one of those people that was comfortable with, spending everything I made the night before and going back to work and making it again, instead of saving that $1,000. And, if I would have saved all the money that I've made since I started dancing, I would be 6 figures deep right now. Like, I would be, really well off in life. But it doesn't work like that for everyone. Some people are headstrong. I never in my life imagined me even going into the club and dancing and, like, being like, wow, this is how I'm gonna make my money. I've always been like an artistic person. I was in a group. We kind of got a little bit big, but then, things happened. We didn't end up staying together. I love them still to death, though. Those are still my sisters. So I never even saw me going to be a dancer. Like, even the person that, got me into dancing told me, like, I don't want you to do this. This isn't what you should do. You just don't do this. Like, trust me, it's so hard to get out of. And I didn't understand it back then, because I was so eager in my situation that I was in. I just felt like I didn't have another option. But in a sense, I wish I would have listened, because now transitioning out of it and getting used to making that kind of money, 6 years later, I'm just looking back like, oh man, if I would have just listened, or just listened to the old heads in the club that, told me, get your money and get out, stack your money, save your money, things would be a lot different. So I can say that, I'm thankful for this opportunity I have to sit back and get myself together, you know, because I do have someone else depending on me now. But I am afraid because now, you know, I have to get uncomfortable. And I was extremely comfortable in, you know, having that security in what I was doing, knowing that I was going to make a certain amount of money just to take care of myself. But now it's not just myself. And I honestly don't want to do that no more. You know, your body's not the same after you dance. Like sometimes, you know, it's cool. Some people go back to it, but I just personally don't want to. So to answer that question, I'm afraid. You know, I'm going to be the best person I can be for my child, because I don't have a choice, but it's scary. I'm only 24, so that's that. What's another question that I've been asked? I kind of answered both questions in one, because another question I had was, how did I like dancing? And I liked it, you know, but it comes with a lot. It definitely comes with a lot. It's not the easiest thing to do. It takes you about a good year and a half, maybe even 2, to really find who you are as a dancer, because who you are in the club and who you are outside of the club are 2 different people, and you have to make sure that they are 2 different people. Because if you become just one person and that person is the person that's in the club, you're gonna completely mentally lose yourself, and that's something that you do not want to do, because the club world is a whole different world. It's a world that it's not realistic. It's fantasy. You know, the average person isn't going and making $1,000 a night. This is not happening unless, you know, they're like a celebrity or something like that. But regular people, 9-to-5 people, some people aren't even seeing $1,000 on their check. And you got to think about it. We see that every night. So it can get to your head, and it can get overwhelming, and it can get to a point where you're like, okay, this is what I want. And you just become that. And that's not who you should be. Trust me. Yeah. So, I'm kind of like in the stage now where I am dealing with, I don't want to call them my demons, because I don't feel like they're my demons, but I'll call them my demons because I do have issues, you know, that I'm realizing about myself that, you know, I have to address. And, you know, I have to be completely transparent. So my friend Annie and her fiance, Seven, they had a personal development, you know, with their soft opening of their new shake shop for Herbalife. And, you know, it really stuck to me. So I woke up this morning, and first thing I usually do when I get up is I check my phone. It's just what I do. I'm laying next to my significant other. It's not like anybody else is contacting me. You know, I don't have anything to do when I wake up, but I'm on social media. Before I even brush my teeth, I'm on my phone. Just checking, seeing what's going on in the world, checking my DMs, checking my Twitter, you know, just checking my messages. And it's like, for what? You know, they said, you know, take the first 30 minutes of your day to just think to yourself, you know, just think about how you slept. You know, think about what it is you want to achieve for the day. Just think about you, like pour into you. And that really just kind of stuck with me. So today I kind of just wrote down a lot of the things that I need to work on, you know, for my own self, because you feel like you're okay just because you feel good, but you have to really ask yourself, are you okay? You know, like, what is it in your life that makes you not feel okay? What makes you feel okay? Like, you know, what triggers you? And that's a real question. Like, that's a question I just really just sat here and I'm just thinking to myself, like, okay. Even, you know, being in a relationship, it's hard. It's not something that's completely easy at all. You have disagreements, and a lot of the time your disagreements are because you don't know how to communicate with one another. I can be the first to admit that I don't have the best communication skills. I feel like I do, but I guess, you know, being with somebody who is someone who communicates, I now see that I don't know how to communicate properly, you know, without it coming off as me complaining. You know, there are ways for you to communicate. And I'm honestly like trying to learn them. I'm gonna be honest, because I don't know. You know, so I just wrote to myself. You know, I asked myself today, are you okay? And today, no, I'm not okay. You know, I thought I was. I thought I was fine, but I'm not. You know, I'm going through changes. Pregnancy is not something that's easy. You deal with so much emotionally and then like mentally as well. You have to prepare yourself to be someone's parent, you know, and be the best parent at that. You have to take care of somebody, you know, and you have to take care of yourself first. And I didn't even know I wasn't taking care of myself. Taking care of yourself isn't going to get your nails done or getting your eyelashes done or doing your makeup. Or taking care of yourself is healing, you know, the parts of you that are hurt that no one can see. Healing what's toxic about you. You know, what you carry, what you project. That's healing yourself. How you think, the way you speak, what you feed yourself, what you tell yourself. That's healing yourself. And, you know, I'm not okay. I'm not. I have a lot of forgiving to do, you know, mostly for myself. I have to forgive myself for the mistakes that I've made in my life. And I have to forgive myself for, you know, allowing certain things to go a certain way because of me. You can't blame anyone but yourself. And, you know, that's kind of a hard pill to swallow. You may say it's not, but it is. You know, you have to be gentle with yourself because yourself can hear you. Your esteem listens to what you say to you, you know, so don't be afraid to apologize to yourself. You have to apologize to yourself. And also you have to forgive people that have hurt you, because I can honestly say there are a couple people that I haven't forgave, because I feel like I was such a good person to them and I didn't get that back, that it eats at me, you know. And I find myself just like in the that's not even a word, in the smallest part of my heart, or even like a piece of my heart or a piece of my mind, I still think about that every single day. Like, wow, how could this person do that to me? Or how could this happen? And how could they not apologize to me? Or, you know, no one owes you an apology. At the end of the day, you have to be the bigger person to apologize, you know, and apologize to yourself. I'm sorry for even letting you hurt me like that. It is what it is. I'm sorry I even let this get to me. I forgive you. And you have to forgive them. Even if they don't give you an apology, forgive them in your spirit so that you can let it go. And you can find comfort in knowing that everyone isn't like you. Everyone doesn't have a heart like you. Everyone's not going to apologize. Everyone's not going to see what they did wrong or how they did you. Everyone's not going to understand that. And that's probably one of the hardest things to grasp as a human, because we all feel so entitled to people. We feel entitled. We feel entitled to an apology. We feel like you have to understand where we're coming from. We feel like you know, have to understand why I feel this way, and you aren't the only person with feelings. Ask yourself, what did I do to them to make them feel this way? And even if, you know, you have to go ahead and communicate and get it out just so that it can, you know, you can find that closure for yourself, do that. Sometimes when you know you didn't do anything wrong or whatever, you just evaluate it with yourself, and you look and you know, step outside of your shoes and you step on that person's side, and you think about how you would feel, you know, if the shoe was flipped, and just handle it that way, you know, because that's what I'm finding myself having to do. I don't feel the need to reach out and tell you how you hurt me. I don't want to give you that satisfaction, because some people find the satisfaction in knowing that you're hurt, or knowing that, you know, it's months later and you're still dealing with that trauma. Some people like that because they've put it in the back in just the most back part of their memory they can even think of, to where it doesn't even come to the surface, and they're just still, they forgot about it. And it might just be because they don't care like you do. But you have to know that, no, everyone's not like you. So you have to find comfort in forgiving someone without a verbal apology. And that's, one of the things that I'm having to do also with forgiving myself for making mistakes. And sometimes it's hard for you to forgive yourself if you're around someone that constantly brings up what you did, or a mistake that you've made. Anytime something hits the fan, they go back to a time where you hurt them, and if you are around someone like that, no matter how much you love them, you kind of got to cut your ties, because it's not good for your healing process, and it's not good for your esteem. You can't grow if someone's constantly taking your soil, and that's pretty much what I wrote. I'm one of those people that when I start to feel like I'm misunderstood, I start to build a wall. And that's not healthy. That's not healthy at all, because then you just start to shut your feelings off, and you just keep them bottled up. I'm a Taurus, so I don't know if you guys are into astrology or not, but I am. I'm a Taurus, and I start to isolate myself. And it's like, once you have an open me, because I wear my emotions on my sleeve, but the moment I stop, it's because I've started to build a wall up that, I'm afraid to tear down, because I feel like you don't understand me, or I feel like you're not gentle with me. You have to be gentle with yourself, and the people around you also have to be, gentle with you as well. Just like you have to be gentle with people. You don't know what everyone's dealing with on a day-to-day basis. You're not them. You don't live, through their traumas. You haven't lived through what they've gone through. So you have to be gentle. And if, you find yourself being around people who aren't gentle with you, or who, are misunderstanding you, and you try the communication route and it's not working, get uncomfortable and get comfortable with letting go, and knowing that the journey to finding yourself, it can be a lonely one, especially if you are around a bunch of people that aren't going to understand you, because there are people that aren't going to understand that they have to, dig deep to heal. They do. I'm still finding myself having to forgive, somebody that took advantage of me when I was about 6. I still deal with that. And it's like, you never really, you kind of just sweep it under the rug. But what happens when your rug starts to seep, and you start to see coincidences, or you start to see a pattern with yourself? And it's like, once you hear the same thing about yourself more than one time, you have to look into yourself like, okay, well, let me just see, what's going on with me? Look at yourself in the mirror. Really, honestly, look at yourself and ask yourself questions. Like, what is it that is not making me okay today? What is it that I don't like? Answer those questions. It's going to be hard, because it's hard. It's literally hard. I cried asking myself questions like, why am I not okay? What is it that I'm feeling that is making me not okay? And answer them. Be completely transparent with you. Be honest with yourself. That's the only way that, you're going to be able to grow. And that's the only way you're going to be able to get comfortable with, knowing like this is a journey that only you're going to take. And the people that are around you will be there with you, if they understand, but they're still not walking through your shoes. They're not seeing what you see. They're not feeling how you feel. They're not eating what you eat. They don't hear what you hear. You're the only person that deals with you. So that's that. What's another thing that I asked myself, or I told myself? I said, be apologetic. Yep, don't be afraid to be alone. Another thing Well, I said this already, I think, but you have to water yourself. So this is exactly what I wrote. You have to water yourself before you can water others. What exactly can you get from a dead flower? Nothing. Not even the beauty of it. What you will get from a dead flower is reminiscence of what it used to be. And I don't know if that's a word. I'm gonna look that up, so don't even judge me if it's not, but it sounds good for this. The reminiscence of what it used to be and what caused it to die. It not being watered. But you as a human, no one can water you. You have to find comfort in yourself and knowing your worth and be the one to pour into you. You have to make your own water. You have to pour your own water. You have to quench your own thirst before you can let someone else do it. Because if you look for someone else to just make you happy, or to, you find validation in others, about yourself, you're going to always be empty. You're going to always be a dead flower. You might be beautiful, but you're still going to be a dead flower. You're not going to have anything to give anyone. And honestly, you won't even have the beauty because you won't believe it. You won't feel it. You won't see it. People can see how you feel. People can feel how you feel. Energy is real and energy does not lie. I know when my energy is off, everyone can feel it. I know they can because I can feel it. I just feel like I look like I don't feel good. And, I don't know how I look right now to y'all. I look good. And it's honestly making me feel good talking about this because I just literally wrote in my book just, stuff. And it's just pages of stuff before I even decided to record this video. I sat in the car and I just wrote. Really because, me and my significant other kind of got into an altercation about communication and about the way I've made him feel. And I find myself always battling it like, no, I don't, or no, I didn't, or, finding validation in my own self. And you have to apologize. When you can be mature enough to step outside of you and admit what you've done to someone else, you have to take ownership for it and apologize. Because I always want an apology. An apology always makes me feel good. Don't just get content with doing people wrong or making people feel a type of way and not apologizing, because you have to. So those are just some things that I really wanted to share. This is definitely going to be a long journey into finding myself. I've been working on it, but I don't know, it's just something about yesterday that kind of just really made me want to reopen wounds I've closed because I don't think that I healed them the right way. And sometimes you have to do it alone. Sometimes you have to tell the people around you, hey, I have to do this for myself, because you can't give something your all if you don't have your all to give. And that's real. That's real and that's honest. That's something that, you have to be willing to accept, even if it hurts you. Heal from that hurt. Don't just put some makeup on that. Don't just wipe your tears and put your makeup back on. No, wipe your tears and let them keep falling if they got to keep falling. You fall down, scrape your knee, what you do? Get back up, clean it. Get back up, keep moving. And that's just the point in my life where I'm at. So I just wanted to share that, I guess this is going to be my first video on my channel. It was going to be like a couple things, but honestly, I want this channel to be more than just that. I don't want it to just be me and my boyfriend are just, whatever, just making it look like shit is all good, because everything isn't all good all the time. We have our days. We completely have our days. Especially with me being pregnant, I'm a very, very, very stubborn person, and I can admit that now. After years of just evaluating my situations and the way that I've handled some things, I'm stubborn, and it's something that I want to work on. You know, I can be quick to blame it on astrology, or blame it because I'm a Taurus, or blame it, you know, because I'm bullheaded or whatever. But no, really, it's the choice is in you. You always have the choice to be you. Like, you always have that option to change. And no matter, you know, what ways you're stuck in, it always starts with putting forth the effort into changing, into being who you want to be. You know, be the person that you want to attract. Ask yourself, if I met me, would I want to be my friend? If you can't answer yes to that, then you have some work to do as well, you know. So that's all, you know, me and baby bump over here. Oh my God. Okay, so y'all, I'm so afraid of bugs, and I swear to God, if this bug gets in this car, I might just have to die. Like, okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's all. I know it's kind of a long video, but it's worth the length. I feel like it's a wonderful video. I feel like it's something that, you know, I wanted to share with people, and I wanted it to be my opener, because I'm gonna talk about real stuff, and I'm gonna talk about stuff that I'm going through, because I know I'm not the only person dealing with my own shit. You gotta deal with your own shit before you can deal with someone else's shit. So you know, thank you guys for taking the time out to listen to me. If you have any questions, you know, go ahead and ask me. I will try to upload content. I know you guys probably subscribe just thinking like, oh, it's gonna be her and her boyfriend, they're gonna do pranks and blah 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 blah, but it's gonna be more than that. Yes, we're gonna do that because he's a fool, but I'm gonna also walk you through my journey, you know, because I know there are also some pregnant women out here that can relate, that do feel alone at times, that, you know, need to hear someone else, you know, and just find validation in knowing that someone else is going through what they're going through. So yeah, I will be back. It's, you know, I'm happy you guys have subscribed. I hope I get more subscribers. I hope you share this video. I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time out to listen to it. Hopefully you listen to the whole thing. If not, you will, because you'll see someone else post it and you'll be like, damn, I should have listened to that. That was a good word from my sister. So yeah, I guess until next time.